Hey guys, I'm Mandy Wildman, and today I'm sharing the simple techniques I've used on everything, from stained lace tablecloths and thrifted army jackets to cherished beaded and sequined wedding dresses that most people are way too terrified to clean. I get it. You don't want to ruin something that you're trying to preserve, but let me share something with you. If this garment that you're working on is going to be worn by a human being, it needs to be cleanable. And if you can't clean it, it's already, quote, ruined. Turn it into an art project instead. So if things go wrong with the garment you're working on, I don't want you to go wringing your hands and saying, "Oh no, I ruined it." Maybe you can dye it instead. Look, I've accidentally ruined plenty of stuff and lived to tell on myself. In fact, ripped, stained, and ruined clothing is my favorite ingredient when I'm making my upcycled designs. It's all good. So before we get to the problem with the wedding dress I'm cleaning today, let's start with something simple that we don't much care about. Here's my strategy with a very dirty pair of men's pants that an actor is wearing in a local theater production of the musical Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Appropriate, since he's playing a scruffy character, but nobody likes to wear clothing that is actually dirty, usually. These pants are a synthetic fabric, and this particular fabric is usually very difficult to clean. Now, everyone who works with vintage or difficult to clean garments and fabrics have products that they swear by. So since swearing is allowed, I swear by Grandma's Secret. I used it in my bridal alteration shop for years, and I still use it today. It's not perfect, it's not a magical potion, but it usually gets the job done. You'll have to experiment. So I sprayed the stains with the Grandma's Secret, hand scrubbed them, and let them sit for about 5 minutes. After that, it was time for some good old-fashioned soap and water. I used a little bit of very mild dish soap in my bathroom sink. Now, if these pants were important, I would have soaked them in a tub with maybe a third of a scoop of OxyClean, but I was too lazy in this case, and anyway, I had to get them back to the theater lickety-split. Alas, despite a ton of dirt coming out of them, yucky, the stains didn't come out entirely. Still, the actor was grateful not to have to wear filthy pants, and their general grubbiness fit his character perfectly. You're welcome, buddy. So now that we've practiced a bit on some pants we don't really care about, and we weren't even particularly successful at it, we're feeling braver, right? So let's just fling ourselves into the deep end and work on this wedding dress. There are some pretty bad stains on this stunning, irreplaceable vintage wedding gown. No pressure.
Hey, have you heard of the Refashion Rebels community? If you want to know what to make that actually sells, where to list it so it doesn't sit forever, and how to turn scraps into steady income, you might need to be a part of the Refashion Rebels community. Right now it's free to join. All you need to do is comment Rebel and I'll send you my invite link. I built this for you. Come and see why. So I just go around the dress looking for nice big yummy stains. I squirt them a couple of times with Grandma's Secret, and then I rub them gently with my hands until the stain starts to lift. And I keep going around the dress to make sure every little mark and spot gets an eviction notice. Bye-bye. And once that's all done, it's time for a bath. I get 2 plastic storage tubs and flip one over in the bathtub, and then I set the second one on top of it. That way I don't have to visit the chiropractor every time I wash a wedding dress. I promise you, these dresses are heavy when wet, and you'll thank yourself later if you preserve your precious back like this. Another back-saving tip is to empty the water using a container bit by bit. I add about a third to a half a scoop of OxyClean and a nice squirt of gentle dish soap with no dyes or perfumes. I let her soak for several hours. 2, 4, 8, well, it depends if there's still dirt coming out. Some of these old ladies are pretty gross, and it takes several soaks and rinses before the water starts to run clean. In the final rinse, I like to add a capful of eucalan, which conditions and preserves the fibers of the fabric. It's another thing I swear by. Lots of swearing today. To dry her off, I flip the top tub over and pile the gown on top of it on a towel and leave her there for a couple of hours to drip dry. Once she's a lot less heavy, I put her on a hanger and hook her to my shower wall with the train over a tub until she's dry. Look how beautiful those embellishments are. And if you were thinking that maybe dry cleaning this gown might have been a better option, check this out. Even the dry cleaners were afraid to touch this dress. Scaredy cats. All that's left to do now is take some nice shots of this handmade vintage fabulosity and put her in your Etsy shop. So the moral of the story is, if you can't fix the stain well enough to sell it, dye it and then sell it. And if you can't dye it, turn it into an art project. Feel free to ask me any questions about this process, and I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you next time.